Hey folks, and welcome to week number 2. Just a quick reminder about the front end of our course. You want to have a quick chat with me? Set an appointment up. I make all of my hours available to you that I've got. So take advantage of that. And if you've got questions, just set an appointment up. I'll add video conferencing. We can just do a one-on-one video chat. If you need to talk to me a little bit shorter notice in the middle of the day, just shoot me an email and say, hey, can we chat in an hour or whatever, and I'll see what I can do. I'm generally in front of my email all day. Let's go ahead and go into content here. Let's take a look through week number 2. Okay, so to do this week, we need to complete the week 2 readings, complete the week 2 discussion, and then begin the Essay 1 assignment. So there's some bits and pieces to that we'll walk through, and then add Nod to your Chrome browser if you can. Okay, I'll also show you all of this. So, readings this week, there's just one, The Online Stories We Tell by Amanda Miska. Okay, so last week, this is the discussion post, I would like to see more folks focusing on the discussion and more folks responding. Okay, I'm actually, if you don't write an initial post, but you spend most of your discussion time responding, that's fine, so long as we're moving beyond just, I think that, I agree with you. I agree with you. I think that's a good idea. If you get into substantive conversation, you don't need to write an initial post. I'm perfectly fine with our conversation being a legit conversation. So last week we focused on Paul Lynch's article and how Rodriguez and Steele, every one of you so far has written about Steele. I don't know why you decided you didn't like Rodriguez's piece, but that'll be an interesting thing for us to talk about next week. But how those two implemented those ideas. So one of the things we didn't talk about is what point Rodriguez and Steele, and adding in this week, Amanda Miska, wanted to make. So they're not just telling a story, of course. They're trying to make a point. They're trying to convey an argument or an idea to their reader. Okay, so for this week's discussion, I want you to focus on explaining what point one of these three authors made in his or her essay, and then consider how the author's narrative helps make that point, okay? So 2 pieces there. What point are they trying to make? And then what is it about their narrative that is helping them to do it, okay? Then comment on the post of colleagues who chose different essays than you did, okay? In other words, I want to see all 3 essays show up this week, and I want you guys to be interacting on posts that are not the one you initially wrote on. Again, it's fine if you get in there on Wednesday and someone's written about all 3 and you spend your time responding to their posts. Totally fine with me, so long as you're doing a good job engaging in conversation. Then, so that's discussion for this week, and we're going to work into Essay 1 here. So let's take a look at the Essay 1 assignment. So, all the essays will have this basic format, okay? The essay in the upper left-hand corner, and then the upper right-hand corner, sort of your basic criteria. 1,000 words to 1,500 words. That's about 3 pages-ish. Maybe 3.5. I'm not going to be counting words. I'm going to be looking for a complete, complex, well-developed piece, okay? So far we've been doing an investigation of how writing here will differ from what we did in high school. That's really what Paul Lynch talks about in the 6th paragraph, getting away from the 5-paragraph essay. Okay, and we've been reading and studying a bit The Art of Personal Essays. Those personal essays, of course, have a point. So for Essay 1, you should write 1,000 to 1,500 words. So I'd say 2.5 to 4 page here. It's really probably closer to 3 pages, but again, if it's 2.5 really well-written pages that are and the whole thing feels complete, great. Likewise, don't write me 5 pages if it's going to be meandering and pointless. 5 great pages are 5 great pages, and we'll be glad to read them. So like the others you've read, the other essays you've read this week, it should be a narrative. It should tell a story or several stories, depending on how you want to do that, and it should be an essay. It should have a point. So those 2 pieces need to come into play here. A narrative and be an essay. You can, like Rodriguez, talk about an experience with language that changed you, and that others might appreciate understanding. You could also, like Shelby Steele does, address your experience with race. You can also write about, as Lynch says, love, sex, mashed potatoes, turtles, getting lost, getting drunk, getting migraine headaches, noise, things people hate, things people love, and deer antlers. I want you to think about something that changed your understanding of something else, something that kind of had a profound impact on your life. It could have been a very minor thing and a very minor, profound point, but something that you can look back on and go, huh. Okay? Also, I want you to think about something that other people can relate to and learn from, i.e. the point. Trying to make sure that what you're trying to share with someone, or trying to make sure that somebody else is going to read it, respond to it, and feel some reaction, okay? So, I want to see a clear point. We just talked about that. It can be implied rather than made explicit. I think it'll be better if it's implied rather than made explicit. So in other words, I don't want you to say, I am going to tell you about blah, blah, blah. I want much like Rodriguez and Steele and Miska this week all do, kind of imply what we're supposed to get out of it. We feel it rather than see it, okay? Sorry, I'm scrolling and not intending to. There we go. A lot of video processing is pushing my computer to its limits here. So the goal isn't to write a traditional academic essay or to persuade your reader. It's to investigate an experience that changed you in a way that the reader will respond to. Try to focus on a specific moment or a series of moments, okay? I think you guys can read the rest of it yourself. That's Essay 1 and what I want you to be focusing on as we move forward. Now, we're actually going to spend time next week writing Essay 1. What I want you to do this week is to write a proposal for it. So, I'm going to show you a sample proposal here just so you can get an idea. Real basic, comes out in memo format, lays out the topic of the essay, lays out the point of the essay. Okay, not just like I'm writing about this, but the point of the essay, and then the goal. What do you want your reader to walk away with, okay? Those three things should be laid out. You do not need to color code this, but the color coding is just my way of sort of showing you the different parts. Okay, so those are the three things I sort of want to see, kind of in memo format. I give you guys right here, we're going to go back to Essay 1, the folder. There is actually a template, so you can just download that and use it rather than have to worry about developing, writing the memo out on your own. Okay? And finally, add reactions to Google Meet for Chrome. So if you attend our class using Chrome, which Google Meet kind of tries to force you to, if at all possible, this will add a little extension to Chrome for you that allows you to raise your hand or give a thumbs up. So if I say, hey, does everyone understand that? You can just pop a thumbs up. Or if I say, are there any questions about this? You can raise your hand. So if you want to kind of remain more quiet but want an easy way to respond while we're in our class, you can add reactions to Google Meet. Okay, it's called Nod. And that's just a link that will take you to it. It's really a simple, I think most of you guys are pretty familiar with this, just goes to the Chrome Web Store. I already have it installed here, but it'll give you a button right here to add that. Okay, that's everything for this week. Let's get working on that, and we will be back to our normal class meeting on Monday, okay? If you've got any questions along the way, please do not hesitate to let me know.